Let's have some deer Ossobuco. You know, I'm a hunter, I'm an angler, and one thing I believe about taking wild game is that you should honor them, and that means using every usable piece that you can. And that means with deer, you can't really use the fat because it's like wax and you don't want to eat that. And there's a lot of silver skin. There's a lot of pieces that you cannot use. And then there's a lot of cuts that are very difficult to use. I'm going to show you how to do something very special to take an almost unusable piece and make it delicious. Stick around. First thing we're going to do here is we're going to heat up a pan with some oil, and I'm using a large skillet for this. Now I've got 2 shanks right here, and Ossobuco is normally used with veal shanks, but we're going to do this. And you see all that connective tissue and stuff in there? What I've done is I've cut up the meat, just took a knife and ringed it so that all these little individual pieces can cook down evenly. And so we're going to put it into a pan and brown it off. Okay. The idea here is to get browned off on all sides. Now to our hot pan, we're going to add a bag of seasoning blend. Now normally Ossobuco doesn't have peppers in it, and you can see this has red peppers in it, but the reason why I'm using this instead of onions and celery like normally done, the cost of celery has skyrocketed. Just a couple years ago, maybe 3 years ago, it was less than $1 for a bunch of celery. Today it's $7 in the grocery store. This right here, you can get this for about $1.50, $2. To this, I'm going to add 1 cup of shredded carrots. Next, I'm adding in 3 to 4 cloves of coarsely chopped garlic. Alright, this is one of those things I cannot overemphasize the need for a lot of oil, because now we're going to add in our next ingredient, tomato paste, and with that you'll need a lot of oil because we're going to cook tomato paste until it starts browning. We'll just stir this up and continue cooking out the tomato paste. As you need, just pour a little water at a time to thin out the paste. Okay, right now everything is nice and red, but eventually it'll start browning due to the Maillard reaction. And when that takes place, we'll add our next ingredient. Alright, now it's time to add 2 cups of red wine. This is actually wine that I made at the house. You can use any wine you like. Now I'm going to add about a teaspoon of Marmite to this because it's going nuts right now. Now I'm going to add 2 more cups of water to this because the more Marmite's going to act like beef stock. Now I'm going to add about a tablespoon of parsley. I'm going to add a tablespoon of oregano. Using a teaspoon of sage. About a tablespoon of basil. Because it's cooking for a long while, I'm going to add in another 2 cups of water. I'm going to add about a half tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. Sea salt to taste. Black pepper to taste. Again, I'm using peppercorn medley, which that's black peppercorns, coriander, pink peppercorns, white peppercorns, allspice, and green peppercorns. I just like this flavor, but you can just use black pepper if you wish. Now this is totally optional, but I like to use cayenne pepper. Ground cayenne pepper just gives a good flavor. Now in addition to the Marmite, I'm going to use a beef bouillon powder mix, but you can just use regular veal stock, beef stock, vegetable stock, whatever you like. I just want to punch up that meaty flavor a little bit. Alright, so right now I've just taken it off the heat, and it's going, you see that sheen of oil on there. It's not going to look that appetizing. If you taste it, it's going to be very acidic, and you're going to be going, I messed things up. Don't worry about it. This is one of those deals that the meat needs a lot of seasoning, and then it's going to take a lot of the acid and use it to break down all those connective tissues, and so the chemistry will change over time, and that will change the flavor. You just need to make sure that it is well salted. You will need it to be well salted because the meat has no salt and it'll suck that up. Alright, in an oven safe pot, put your meat. A enamel Dutch oven works wonderful for this. I don't have one, but I do have this oven safe pot. Now you just pour in your sauce over it. Lidded. This will go in the oven for about 3 to 4 hours at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. I like my ossobuco with egg noodles. So all you do is just put your egg noodles in some salted buttered water and let boil for 9 minutes. It's ready. Now we go to the next step. The meat is falling off the bones. Now I'll take some forks and tear this apart. I just take 2 forks and the meat pulls apart just like this. With the meat in, we'll just now stir all this up and put it onto the pasta. There you have it. If you like this video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.